Have you been longing for a vacation? No worries, because today I'll be taking you to a virtual tour to Japan, China, and Indonesia. I am Teacher Rosedale, your guide for today's tour. Ready? Get on board then, and let's immerse ourselves with the amazing theater of Asia. Don't forget to bring your pen and your answer sheet. Have you experienced watching a stage play or a theater play? It's great if you have, but if you were not able to, worry not, because this lesson will take you through 3 different Asian theaters that I'm sure you'll enjoy. Before we continue, here are the objectives for today's lesson. Number 1, describe the characteristics of music used in Kabuki theater, Peking opera, and Wayang Kulit. Number 2, describe how the music used in theater arts of Asia communicate feelings. Now, let's test your knowledge about Asian theater.
Read each question carefully and choose the best answer. Write the letters of your answers on your answer sheets. Remember that you can always pause the video if you need to. You may start now. Number 1. Which of the following is a popular traditional folk song of Japan? A. Kabuki, B. Nagauta, C. Sakura, or D. Wayang Kulit? Number 2. This is one of the key features of Japanese theater used in singing. A. Aragoto style, B. Heptatonic style, C. Pentatonic style, or D. Vocal technique? Number 3. Which technique implies a very sensitive capacity of riding the rhythms of the shamisen? A. Kabuki, B. Kagura, C. Nagauta, or D. Nori? Number 4. It is a vocal technique that describes the subtle delivery of poetical text written in the Japanese metrical form of alternating 7 and 5 syllables. A. Kagura, B. Nagauta, C. Nori, D. Yakuharai? Number 5. Which of the following is a string instrument? A. Gagaku, B. Kagura, C. Nagauta, or D. Shamisen? Number 6. It is a stylized Chinese form of opera where speech, singing, mime, and acrobatics are performed to an instrumental accompaniment. A. China opera, B. Peking opera, C. Puppet theater, or D. Shadow puppetry? Number 7. Which is not true about the Peking opera? A. It arose in the late 18th century. B. It has inflexible music. C. Fully developed and recognized by the mid-19th century. Or D. One of the cultural treasures of China? Number 8. What is emphasized in the traditional Chinese arts? A. Accuracy rather than meaning. B. Meaning rather than accuracy. C. Completeness rather than meaning. D. Appropriateness and completeness? Number 9. What is the highest aim of performers of Peking opera? A. To attain beauty. B. To put beauty into every motion. C. To take precedence at certain moments. Or D. To accompany each play following conventions? Number 10. The Shadow Puppet Theater of Indonesia. A. Peking opera, B. Kabuki show, C. Kabuki Miyabia, or D. Wayang Kulit? Number 11. Which of the following term is an Indonesian word for shadow? A. Dalang, B. Kulit, C. Puppet, or D. Wayang? Number 12. This term refers to the skin or buffalo hide used in puppet making. A. Dalang, B. Kulit, C. Puppet, or D. Wayang? Number 13. The puppet master in Wayang Kulit. A. Dalang, B. Kulit, C. Puppet, or D. Wayang. Number 14. The following are the characteristics of the puppeteer except A. He speaks the part of all the characters. B. He sings the mood songs at irregular intervals. C. He is characterized by his being creative, humorous, and flexible. And D. He manipulates the puppets, sings, and tap outs the signals to the orchestra. Number 15. What ensemble accompanies the Wayang Kulit performances? A. Kertok, B. Opera Ensemble, C. Gamelan Ensemble, or D. Agong and Kulintang. Now, let's check your answers. Number 1, C. Sakura. Number 2, D. Vocal Technique. Number 3, D. Nori. Number 4, D. Yakuharay. Number 5, D. Shamisen. Number 6, B. Peking Opera. Number 7, B. It has inflexible music. Number 8, C. Clarity rather than meaning. Number 9, B. To put beauty into every motion. Number 10, D. Wayang Kulit. Number 11, D. Wayang. Number 12, B. Kulit. Number 13, A. Dalang. Number 14, B. He sings the mood songs at irregular intervals. And number 15, C. Gamelan Ensemble. So how's your score? Don't worry if you did not get a perfect score because this is just a pre-assessment. You'll learn about this topic as you move along the lesson.
Before we proceed with our main topic, let's have a quick review on the music of South, Central, and West Asia by answering the questions that will be flashed on your screen. You may answer orally.
First, what are the two main types of classical Indian music? Second, what are the two divisions of Jewish music? And third, what are the two styles of vocal singing of Pakistan? So, were your memories refreshed? That's good to know.
To spike your interest on the theater arts, do this activity that will be flashed on your screen shortly.
On your screen is a table and a box. The box contains words related to theater arts of Asia. Classify these words according to the country they are most related to. No pressure, so you may pause the video as necessary. You may start answering.
I hope you had fun answering the activity. Now, let's check your answers. Under Japan, we have Joruri, Sakura, Nori, and Kabuki. Under China, we have Peking Opera, Ikebana, Beijing, and Shakto. Under Indonesia, we have Wayang, Kulit, Javanese, and Dalang. Don't worry if you did not get all the answers correctly. Anyways, you will be learning about these terms soon.
Familiar with Sakura? You're right! Our first stop for today's tour is Japan, the land of the rising sun. Aside from all the amazing tourist attractions, Japan is famous for their kabuki theater.
Kabuki is a Japanese traditional theater art that is performed in a stylized manner which combines acting, singing, and dancing. The term kabuki in modern Japanese means ka for song, bu for dance, and ki for skills. Simply put, kabuki requires skills in singing and dancing. One of the key features of kabuki is the vocal technique used in singing. The continuous pattern or iponchoshi is used in speeches building up to an explosive climax in the eraguto style. Listen to the example of an iponchoshi. If the video is not able to play, you may visit the link which is found below the screen.
にくしにくし入れ物に
もあります。
Another technique adopted from the chanting or jorori is called the nori. Nori implies a very sensitive capacity of riding rhythms of the shamisen. Listen to this example.
息はしたから舞い上がり
In addition, kabuki also has the yakuharai technique. This describes the subtle delivery of poetical text written in the Japanese metrical form of alternating 7 and 5 syllables. Listen to this example.
男
Dances and movements are accompanied by shamisen music. The most popular collection is the Nagauta, or the long song. Nagauta music is very flexible, can be performed by one shamisen or by an entire orchestra of 20 musicians, of which 10 are shamisen players, while others play flutes and drums.
So what can you say about kabuki? It's amazingly unique, right? If you want to listen to the songs again, you may rewind the video. For now, let's go to the most populous country in the world, China. The People's Republic of China is not only known for its heritage sites, but also for its art, and one of the most famous art form and is regarded as the cultural treasure is the Peking Opera.
The Peking Opera combines music, vocal performance, mime, dance, and acrobatics. It arose in the late 18th century and became fully developed and recognized by the mid-19th century. The highest aim of performers in this opera is to put beauty into every motion. Watch this clip, which is taken from a Peking Opera performance. Basically, the Peking Opera has two main styles of music, the erhuang and hispal. These styles are very similar. The only difference is their pitch. The hispal has a lower sound than the erhuang. Listen to this example of the erhuang and the hispal. The first music you'll hear is the hispal, and the second music is the erhuang. The Peking Opera also utilized a technique called fanpan, which is commonly used for sorrowful songs. Here is a video of the fanpan.
东西家中来边天诺。
As Aside from the Erwang and his pal, the Peking opera performances always begins with the talo and shakto, a small and large gong and cymbals. Furthermore, music in Peking opera provides an atmospheric background, accompanies song passages, controls the timing of movements, and welds the performance into rhythmical whole. The popularity of this opera has been attributed to the simplicity of the form with only a few voices and singing patterns.
I hope you enjoyed learning about Peking opera. Why don't you share your thoughts about it? Now, let's go to our last destination for today, Indonesia. Indonesia has it all: pristine waters, marvelous temples, breathtaking views, and amazing arts and crafts. One of the most recognized is their shadow puppet theater, the Wayang Kulit.
Wayang Kulit is a classical Javanese puppet drama that uses the shadows thrown by puppets manipulated by a talang against a translucent screen lit from behind. Wayang came from the Indonesian word bayang, which means shadow, while kulit means skin or leather. Watch this video of a Wayang Kulit performance.
Sabihin sa sama sa kilusang yan!
May gusto ko pa rin sinasabi.
Ano naman ang mga mangyari sa'yo? Sa amin at yung bayan?
Hindi na maganda kinabukasan para sa akin.
Basta na kailangan mo yung nangyayari. Parehas naman kayo ng iyong kapatid. Ang sakit sa pangyayari.
Hindi mo ulitin!
Itay! Itay! Oh, anak.
The puppets used in Wayang Kulit are made from buffalo hide and mounted on bamboo sticks. The dalang or the puppet master is the source of recreation, of humor, and of popular philosophy, which also reflects his experiences of nature and of his thoughts. He also speaks the parts of all the characters in the play. Aside from this, he also sings the mood songs or sulok. In a 9 or Wayang Kulit, he may sing 50 to 60 songs. The main orchestra used in Wayang Kulit is the Gamelan Ensemble, which is composed mainly by bronze percussions, strings, and flutes. Watch this video of a Gamelan Ensemble. Furthermore, music has two major dramatic functions in Wayang Kulit. First, it accompanies singing or chanting, and second, it accompanies stage actions.
Wayang Kulit is really awesome, don't you agree? All right now, congratulate yourself for successfully completing the tour. To deepen your understanding about the theater arts of Asia, do the activity that will be flashed on your screen.
Choose the correct word or term from the parentheses that will complete the sentences on each number. Write your answers on your answer sheets. You may start now. Number 1. The combined skills in a Japanese traditional theater are acting, singing, and blank. Number 2. The term kabuki in modern Japanese means ka for song, bu for dance, and ki for blank. Blank is the continuous pattern requiring an extraordinary breath control that only few experts succeed in achieving. Number 4. Peking opera is a form of traditional Chinese theater which combines music, blank, performances, mime, dance, and acrobatics. Number 5. The blank is the lower sound in the Peking opera music. Number 6. The popularity of Peking opera has been attributed to the blank of the form, which only a few voices and singing patterns. Number 7. Blank is used in sorrowful parts of the Peking opera. Number 8. In Wayang Kulit, kulit refers to blank. Number 9. Shadow play is an invention of man which reflects his thoughts and blank of nature. And number 10. Wayang Kulit was performed in royal courts and widely performed in public on blank occasions. I hope the activity helped in retaining what you learned about the musical theaters of Asia. Now, let's check your answers. Number 1. Dancing. Number 2. Scale. Number 3. Iponchoshi. Number 4. Vocal. Number 5. Hispal. Number 6. Simplicity. Number 7. Fanpan. Number 8. Skin. Number 9. His experiences. And number 10. Religious. I hope you had a good score. If not, you may review our discussion.
Time to apply the knowledge you gained from the tour. From the options that will be shown on your screen, choose the activity which you know will show what you learned today.
Option 1. Compose a poem with a minimum of 2 stanzas with 4 lines telling a story on any of the given themes listed below: patience, peace, kindness, and gentleness. Then, create a melody or a chant adopting the Chinese singing style following the 5-tone pentatonic scale. Here is the criteria that will be used in scoring your chant. If the content of the chant is related to the theme, it will receive 10 points. If the chant is arranged in an orderly manner, it will get 5 points. If the words used are creating a clear picture of what you want to say, it will get 5 points. The total score is 20 points.
Option 2. Prepare materials such as spoon and fork, tambourine, cauldron cover, and soda bottles. By using common materials prepared, you will present a rhythmic accompaniment to a kabuki presentation following the rhythmic patterns given. Make sure to record your output throughout the video, then let your parent or guardian submit it to your music teacher via Messenger or share it. Remember that a quarter note will receive 1 beat, an 8th note will receive half beat, and a 16th note will receive 1/4 beat following a 4/4 time signature. You may start recording your performance. Don't hesitate to contact me if you have any queries about this activity. Here is the criteria that will be used in scoring your performance. If you interpreted the rhythmic patterns correctly, you will receive 10 points. If you played the rhythmic patterns with the proper speed, you will receive 5 points. And if you transition from one note to another or from one measure to another measure at exactly the same time, you will receive 5 points. All in all, you can receive 20 points.
You're almost done with the first part of your Asian theater journey. Here are few fun facts about the theater arts of Japan, China, and Indonesia.
Kabuki is named as an important intangible cultural asset of Japan. Women are not allowed to perform in Kabuki, but the art was created by a woman named Izumo no Okuni. Kabuki was initially seen as a bizarre form of entertainment until it evolved into a popular, formalized art form. Makeup is how the roles are judged in Peking opera. An actor needs to be skilled in singing, dancing, acting, and acrobatics when auditioning for a Peking opera role. UNESCO designated Wayang Kulit as a World Cultural Heritage. The longest duration of a Wayang Kulit performance lasted for 24 hours, non-stop. The title of the play is Bharatayuddha.
Congratulations for reaching this far. Answer the post-assessment and you're done.
Choose the best answer from the options provided for each number. Write your answers on your answer sheets. You may start now. Number 1. Which is true about Peking opera? A. Arose in the late 19th century. B. It has no flexible music. C. Regarded as a cultural treasure of China. Or D. Became fully recognized by the mid-18th century. Number 2. What folk song from Japan talks about cherry blossoms? A. Kabuki. B. Negauta. C. Sakura. Or D. Wayang Kulit. Number 3. Which of the following is one of the key features of Japanese theater used in singing? A. Aragoto style. B. Heptatonic style. C. Pentatonic style. Or D. Vocal technique. Number 4. Which of the following is a characteristic of Dalang? A. He speaks the part of a few characters. B. He acts the mood songs. C. He is creative, humorous, and flexible. Or D. He taps out signals to the singers. Number 5. This vocal technique describes the subtle delivery of poetical text written in the Japanese metrical form of alternating 7 and 5 syllables. A. Kagura. B. Nagauta. C. Nori. Or D. Yakuharai. Number 6. Which of the following is not an ensemble? A. Gagaku. B. Kagura. C. Nagauta. Or D. Shamisen. Number 7. One of his tasks is to prepare the materials to be used in the shadow puppet theater. A. Dalang. B. Kulit. C. Puppet. Or D. Wayang. Number 8. What is the highest form of performers in Peking opera? A. To develop aesthetics. B. To put beauty into every motion. C. To follow conventions. Or D. To accompany with beauty. Number 9. A form of opera in China wherein speech, singing, mime, and acrobatics are performed to an instrumental accompaniment. A. China opera. B. Peking opera. C. Puppet theater. Or D. Shadow puppetry. Number 10. What ensemble accompanies the Wayang Kulit performance? A. Kertok. B. Opera ensemble. C. Gamelan ensemble. Or D. Agong and Kulintang. Number 11. What principle is emphasized in the traditional Chinese arts? A. Accuracy rather than meaning. B. Clarity rather than meaning. C. Meaning rather than accuracy. Or D. Clarity and meaning. Number 12. The Indonesian Shadow Puppet Theater. A. Peking opera. B. Kabuki show. C. Kabuki Miyabia. Or D. Wayang Kulit. Number 13. An Indonesian term for theater. A. Dalang. B. Kulit. C. Puppet. Or D. Wayang. Number 14. An Indonesian term which means skin. A. Dalang. B. Kulit. C. Puppet. Or D. Wayang. Number 15. This technique implies a very sensitive capacity of riding the rhythms of the shamisen. A. Kabuki, B. Kagura, C. Nagauta, or D. Nori.
Here are the answers for your post-assessment. Number 1, C. Regarded as a cultural treasure of China. Number 2, C. Sakura. Number 3, D. Vocal technique. Number 4, C. He is creative, humorous, and flexible. Number 5, D. Yakuharai. Number 6, D. Shamisen. Number 7, A. Dalang. Number 8, B. To put beauty into every motion. Number 9, B. Peking opera. Number 10, C. Gamelan ensemble. Number 11, C. Meaning rather than accuracy. Number 12, D. Wayang kulit. Number 13, D. Wayang. Number 14, B. Kulit. And number 15, C. Nagauta. So how's your score? I hope you had fun doing the activities and learning the lessons.